The promise was made under a wide old tree at the edge of the town, a place where the ground stayed cool even in summer and the leaves whispered secrets to anyone who listened. Two children stood there that day, their hands dirty from climbing, their knees scratched, their hearts full of dreams too big for their small bodies. They did not know how heavy promises could become. They only knew that they were afraid of being apart. Emma was the first to speak. Her voice shook as she said they would always come back here, no matter how far life took them. Noah nodded quickly, afraid that if he didn't agree fast enough, the moment would disappear. They pressed their palms together and laughed, sealing the promise with childish seriousness. Then life, as it often does, moved forward without asking their permission. Years passed, quietly at first, then all at once. Emma's family moved away after her father found work in another city. Noah stayed behind, watching familiar streets change and faces grow older. They wrote letters for a while, short ones at first, then longer ones filled with stories about school, new friends, and quiet loneliness. Over time, the letters came less often. Eventually, they stopped. Noah never forgot the tree. He passed it on his way home from work, on evening walks, and on days when his thoughts felt too loud. Sometimes he stopped. Sometimes he didn't. The promise lived somewhere inside him, not always clear but never gone. One autumn morning, Noah woke with a strange feeling, a gentle pull he couldn't explain. The air was cool, and sunlight slipped softly through his window. Without thinking too much, he put on his jacket and walked toward the edge of town. Leaves crunched under his feet, and memories followed each step. The tree stood just as it always had. Older now, its bark rougher, its branches stretching wider, as if it had been waiting too. Noah rested his hand against it and closed his eyes. He smiled at how small he must have been back then, how certain of things that could never stay the same. Still keeping promises? A voice asked quietly. Noah's heart jumped. He turned slowly, afraid that if he moved too fast, the voice would vanish like a thought. But she stood there, real and breathing, her hair touched with sunlight, her eyes familiar in a way that made his chest ache. Emma smiled, unsure, hopeful. They stood in silence for a moment that felt both long and short. Years sat between them, heavy but not unkind. Noah finally laughed, a soft sound filled with disbelief. Emma laughed too, and the space between them felt smaller. They talked the way people do when they are afraid of running out of time. Words spilled gently. They spoke of where life had taken them, of choices made and chances missed. Emma talked about the city, the noise, the way she sometimes missed quiet places. Noah spoke of staying, of watching the town grow and shrink at the same time. I almost didn't come, Emma admitted. I didn't know if you'd remember. I remembered, Noah said simply. I just didn't know if I was brave enough to come every time. They sat beneath the tree, the same place where they once promised forever without understanding it. The ground felt colder now, but steadier. Emma traced patterns in the dirt with her finger, the way she used to. Noah watched, realizing how some habits never leave us. They spoke of regret, carefully, like handling something fragile. Emma said she had often thought about writing again, but never knew what to say. Noah admitted that he waited longer than he should have for letters that never came. Neither blamed the other. Life had simply happened. As the afternoon light shifted, something softened between them. The past no longer felt like a weight. It felt like a shared language they still understood. They laughed about small memories, scraped knees, secret hiding places, dreams of leaving and dreams of staying. What about the promise? Emma asked quietly. Noah looked up at the branches above them, leaves moving gently in the breeze. I think we kept it, he said. Maybe not the way we imagined, but we're here. Emma nodded, her eyes bright. I think so too. They stood when the air grew colder, brushing leaves from their clothes. There was no rush, no dramatic goodbye. Just a calm understanding that some connections don't fade, they only wait. As Emma walked away, she turned once more. Noah raised his hand, a simple gesture filled with meaning. The tree watched silently, holding their promise the way it always had. That evening, Noah felt lighter. Not because everything was resolved, but because something important had been honored. Under an old tree, two childhood friends had returned, not to relive the past, but to make peace with it. And sometimes, that is the promise that matters most.